firefighters, and I don't know about you, but having been scooped up by the EMTs recently, I was pretty impressed with emergency medical services all the way up to Scopetta, the recent commissioner. And Jeff and I had lunch together many months ago, and really got to know each other better. And this is an outstanding young person. See, I like to feel young, but this is really a young person. And even though he plays hockey in the 80 and over league now, he was doing his job and duty when he was trapped in an apartment building. And between living and dying, made the choice of jumping out of a third-story window, four-story window. And, I don't think that many of us could possibly understand what that must have been like. And so he was scooped up by emergency personnel and brought to St. Barnabas and received over 70 units of blood. So we like to say that every donation can save 3 lives because we break it into parts. And it's true. You need every single part of the blood when you're in a situation like that. And what Jeff made me think the last time we had lunch together was, it is the flash of an eye between the moment that you're upright and the moment you're on the sidewalk. And we could all do that. We could all be there. So I always say we're all donors. We could all be donors. We are all recipients, or we could all be recipients. So with that introduction, our friend Jeff Gould.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff Gould. I was a firefighter for the city of New York for over 14 years. I served the city with 2 of the busiest and most respected units the city has to offer. I received numerous citations for bravery. I was first assigned to Ladder 19 in South Bronx, where I worked for 9 years, before transferring to Rescue 3 of the Bronx, where I worked until I retired. I came to Rescue 3 after a personal friend was killed on 9/11, and 7 other firefighters gave their life on the same dreadful day. I loved being a firefighter as much as I enjoyed life itself. It was great going to work, fighting what we call the Red Devil, and responding to various emergencies throughout the city. I also loved helping people out, and it didn't matter to me what race, color, or creed that person was. I was there to help them out if they needed me. My career as a firefighter would come to a crashing halt on the morning of January 23rd, 2005. New York City was being hit with a nor'easter. There was 12 inches of snow on the ground. Wind was blowing in excess of 45 miles an hour, and the outside temperature was around 17 degrees. To make matters worse, a fire was transmitted shortly after 8 a.m. at 236th Street East, or 236 East 178th Street in the Bronx, with a fire on the number 3 floor. Rescue 3 was assigned to the box on a transmission of a working fire. My company reported into the chief, and we received our assignment to report to the top floor above the fire of a 4-story non-fireproof multiple dwelling and assist with search of possible trap victims and search for any possible fire extensions. Myself, my captain, and firefighter Joey DiBernardo searched for life and fire, and there was a moderate smoke condition with no visible fire. As we made our way around the top floor and continued to search for fire, we had a report of someone missing on the top floor. The engine company lost water on the fire on the floor below. The hose line that we had on the top floor was back down to try to continue to extinguish the fire on the 3rd floor. My company continued to press on to locate possible fire and searching for the missing person without protection of a hand line. I was assigned a thermal imaging camera to help locate hidden fire in the walls and locate possible victims trapped in the smoky environment. I located fire in a wall, and the conditions started to deteriorate rapidly. My captain gave an urgent message that we needed a hose line to the top floor. I stepped into the hallway and panned my thermal imaging camera to the back bedroom, where I noticed the company operating behind the fire. I advanced towards them to tell them that they needed to egress back towards the front of the apartment because we had fire behind us. In a blink of an eye, there was heavy fire behind us, and we closed the door to the hallway. I was trapped with 3 members of Ladder 27 in a bedroom on the top floor and firefighter Joey DiBernardo was trapped to my left in a separate bedroom. Every corner that we turned to had fire, and Mayday after Mayday message were transmitted over the radios telling all that we were trapped. Our brother firefighters were doing everything possible to get us out, but time was running out. Ladder 27 was trapped in the same room as myself, and they were all huddled at a window to my right. I was at a window to their left, perched on top of a window air conditioning unit. Joey was trapped at a window to the left of me. The room that I was in was filling up with fire very quickly, and though I don't remember seeing it, I do remember hearing one by one as 3 members of Ladder 27 jumped from the window. Excuse me. They fell some 40 feet below to a concrete surface. I stayed at the window and kept looking to the roof, hoping that a firefighter would lower a rope from the roof. I told myself, you're not going to die here. You have a loving wife and 2 great sons at home. I told Joey that I had a personal rope with me, but nowhere to tie it off. Joey said, throw me the rope, and he would anchor me. The room I was in was now full of fire from floor to ceiling, and I had to go. I slid out on the rope and descended about 10 or 15 feet, and I'm not sure what happened next, but I fell to concrete surface below. Joey would use the same rope and slid about 15 feet before he fell to the concrete surface also. John Ballou of Ladder 27 was trapped at another top floor window and also jumped to the ground below. I don't remember much as I was first attended to in a rear alley, but I knew I was in serious trouble. I was rushed to St. Barnabas Hospital in the Bronx, along with 4 other firefighters from Ladder 27. I was attended to by some of the best doctors, nurses, and paramedics that the city has to offer. It was all hands at St. Barnabas Hospital, and they were attending to us. So much work that had to be done that brother firefighters worked to assist the doctors and nurses. I broke both my shoulders in multiple places, fractured 13 ribs, fractured my skull in 2 places, broke L2 to L5 in my back. I had a flail chest, compartment syndrome of the abdomen, but my most severe injury would be my pelvis shattering in 3 places, severing both my femoral arteries. I was literally bleeding like a stuck pig, and it was all hands working to save my life. As fast as they pumped blood into me, it was coming out, and it would take 47 units of blood before they had the bleeding stop. I would spend the next 10 days on a respirator and another 20-some days in intensive care before pleading with my doctors to send me to closer to home and beginning a long year of rehab at Helen Hayes Hospital located in West Chester, New York, relearning to walk and function. I think about the people that donated blood for me and how they may or may not have known that they might be saving someone's life. These people that donate the blood that saved my life didn't think of race, color, or creed of the person that might use the blood that they gave. They did it because they know they could possibly make a difference in someone's life. Maybe it would be a family member or a friend, or it could be someone they never ever met. Firefighters are looked at as heroes by the general public, but I know another hero that they miss seeing. Blood donors are everyday heroes that don't get much recognition or thanks, but I'm here to tell you all thanks over and over again for helping save my life and the lives of others. A big thank you to my donors. You have allowed me to continue to live, allowed me to see my boys, Jeffrey and Dylan. Grow up. And allowed me to grow old with my best friend, my wife Jill. I couldn't have done it without you, my donors, my heroes.